Om Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Words are important because the only way we can communicate to others or to ourselves is only through words. And what are words? What is speech? Speech is nothing but grossified mind. Man is sukshma, speech, vacha is sthula. But what is that sukshma and sthula? That is the word, shabda. And what is this shabda? If you take a pause and contemplate on it, it is the mirror of consciousness. It's the reflection, not mirror, it's the reflection of consciousness. So, depending on what we think ourselves to be, that type of words come out of us. At this moment, the words that are coming out, being expressed, is because I'm sitting here and this is the job, this is the purpose, this is the opportunity. As a speaker, as a teacher, see, so automatically. But if I am in front of my friend, then those type of words will come. If I'm in front of my parents, that type of words will come. If I'm in front of the kids, then appropriate words will come out. These type of words which you are listening, they won't be communicated to a small child. See? So where is our, if words are the reflection of consciousness, where is our consciousness? What do we consider ourselves to be? Do we consider ourselves to be, as Panchadashikar says, as Gaunatma? Gaunatma means, do we consider ourselves to be father, mother, daughter, sister, uncle, auntie, grandparents, etc., etc., etc.? That is Gaunatma. That is virtual. That is imaginary. That is not real. Then compared to these virtual roles, where the consciousness, that is also a word only, no? Someone calls you mom, someone calls you auntie, someone calls you grandma, someone calls you sister. Who replies? Consciousness only replies with words because you have accepted that. And when you are on your own, how do you think? Do you think as a woman, or do you think as a mother? Woman is the substratum, and the various roles that you play are the superimposition, are the projection, are the reflection of where your consciousness is sitting. If it is sitting in the people around you, then only that role will express out of you. If the consciousness is sitting in the woman, then roles will be played, but we will not be overly influenced by those roles. Then what will happen? Then our sadhana will begin. As a father, mother, daughter, sister, sadhana can never begin. Only when we come to ourselves. And who are we? Okay, get out of these virtual roles, come to the actual. At this moment, actual for us is that we are this person. If our consciousness is sitting on the body, then health, disease, comfort, discomfort, that is where our attention will go. That will be the words that will come in our mind. We are talking about Shabda. So what are the types of thoughts or words that will come in our mind? Hunger, thirst, comfort, discomfort. This cloth is nice, that cloth is nice. I like my bed soft or hard. I need to put cream on my body because my skin is getting dry. Or I need to do yoga to keep my body fit. See? If our consciousness, this I, is sitting in pranas, breath, without breath I cannot live, I think I'm having difficulty in breathing, blah, 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 blah. Then our attention only go, the words that will come with respect to breath is hunger and thirst. When we are sitting in the mind, considering that I am the mind, then the words that will erupt in our mind, Shabda, will be joys and sorrows. This gives me joy, doesn't give me joy. So I must repeat what gives me joy, and I must desist from repeating what gives me dukkha. And it goes on like that. Come to intellect. If we consider ourselves to be a thinking person, not very emotional, thinking person, then what will be the words that will come in our mind? There will be that people don't know how intelligent I am. How dare they speak to me like that? Don't they know that I have studied so much of scriptures? Don't they know I am a sannyasi? Don't they know that I have single-handedly raised my family? Don't they know that I went through so much difficulty? And the arrogance. And where there is arrogance, there that person is very, very easily available to insults. So such a person, if you praise that person, wow, how much great you have done in your life, he will feel bloated. And you make one, like the other day, someone was there and they said, something about Bengal. I said, oh, there are Bengali Muslims, there are Bengali Hindus. Oh, I thought they are all Bengalis. But yes, Bengali is a language. Bengal is a state. But in that, all different types of denominations live. And I just said Oh, it is basic common sense. And that person took it as an insult. That, oh, Swamiji is saying like that to me. It was just a... But anyway, they took it that way. So it's difficult sometimes to speak to these people also, this young generation. Anything you say, they take it to touch. They're like, touch me not. Why? Too much arrogance, too much ego. So where are we sitting? Gaunatma or Mithyatma? So if we are not allowing the various roles to affect us, and we have come to the body meaning not just the physical body, breath, mind, intellect. This is the complete, Panchakoshas is the body. It is called Mithyatma. Which seems to be there, but actually is not there, because it's continuously changing. And with respect to the body, I just explained, if in various places where you sit in this body, various koshas, what will be the type of words that will erupt in our mind. But if we are sitting in Mukhyatma, meaning we are sitting in the self as the self. Right now, as Mithyatma, we are sitting in the body as the self. In the Gaunatma, we are sitting in the role. We are sitting in the body, but imagining the one who's sitting in the body is imagining the role. The role doesn't exist anywhere. It's only a mental projection, mental thought, a shabd in your mind. Mummy is a shabd in your mind. Daddy is a shabd in your mind. Seeker is a shabd in your mind. Same way, Sharir, body, is a shabd in your mind. But what is the quality of the word that comes by default in our mind? That is the question here. And that will be determined by where you are sitting in yourself. Are you sitting in Prakriti, or are you sitting in the consciousness as the consciousness? If you're sitting in the consciousness as consciousness, you don't need any words to communicate, but phenomena continues. So what will be the words? The words will be those of the scriptures. It will be Aham Brahmasmi. It will be the name of the Lord. That word, the Om Namah Shivaya, these are 3 words. Where they are coming? In the mind. Why they are coming? Because the mind is wanting to merge into that divine. Why is it wanting to merge in the divine? Because you have decided that that is a worthy goal to pursue. Because you have come to the conclusion that that is the truth. That is worth living for. To think about the Lord and live life in that manner is a worthy life. Not think about the Gauna relations and possessions, and not to think about the body. No, the worthy thing to think about is the higher, the divine, the infinite, the all-pervasive. Then that when you are thinking like that, then automatically thinking is possible only through the words, through the shabda. Those type of thoughts will keep coming into your mind. then such a person gets attracted to satsang, gets attracted to meditation. Automatically it comes. Why did it not happen for so many years? Why suddenly now, say in last 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, 10 years, 20 years? But your life is much longer than that. How come suddenly you got interested in all this? You must have done some assessment somewhere. So now you have decided that silence is also a word, shabd. It is more important than all other unwanted thoughts that are coming in the mind. But recognize this principle, which I am communicating to you, that wherever you as a consciousness are sitting, that will determine what the reflection is going to be like. And how do you know that reflection? That reflection will you know only by way of words or thoughts. So very easy way to assess yourself, where you are. When you sit for japa, what is your natural disposition? Are you straight away able to chant the mantra without any distraction? Fantastic. But if you chant the mantra and suddenly the thoughts of children and grandchildren is coming, or husband is coming, or relatives in India is coming, understand? Gaunatma, the imaginary projection, you are sitting there. If the thoughts about body, hunger, thirst, comfort, discomfort, etc., they are coming, understand you are sitting in the body. So we are our own doctor, or better, we are our own psychiatrist. We don't need to go to any shrink to sort our mind out. If you understand this process, this principle. So sit down, close your eyes, take a deep breath, keep your back, neck, and head in a straight line, a happy disposition. Smile on your lips, fingers interlocked. And chant the name of the Lord, whatever you want. But be also aware of what distraction, so distracting thoughts, which quality of distracting thoughts are coming, so that you become aware of this principle where you are sitting. And consciously, don't give value to those thoughts. Continue with your japa, and slowly it will keep pulling you in. Hari Om.